you think that there was a good reception, but by the end of the conversation, scripture says they thought to throw him over the side of the
Yeah,
mountain.
yeah.
So some have taken that and said, hey, when you're a leader, sometimes going back to the most familiar environment, there's not always a reception. But it seems the opposite with you. It seems like the South Side has embraced your leadership. And so what has made that reception possible? Why have people embrace your level of leadership?
Well, they ain't always embraced it. They ain't always embraced it. It took some time. There was times when I would, they would come to me with problems. No, before they came with problems, I would see problems and I would address problems. You got to go right where the people are, and I would see them. We had an area called the living room, and that's where most of the people would just hang out at. It was just like, instead of going to the bar, they hang out at the living room. There was an area in the community, they called it the living room. And they would just hang out there and just talk, drink, whatever. And I would frequently just go out there with them. I go out there with them and sit with them, and whatnot. Sometimes I have a suit on, go and sit with them. And at first it was apprehensive. But then they started getting comfortable with me because they constantly see me out there. They say, well, he ain't going anywhere. I would come out there. I'll go out there one time, see him out there, and I just sit on out there with them. So once they start seeing me often, then they start getting comfortable with me. When they start getting comfortable with me, I told them a lot of my history, how I grew up single parent and whatnot, the things that we grew up with on food stamps and all that stuff. Let them know, say, look, I'm no stranger to this, so just to let them know that I'm just like you, and letting them know that and letting them see me right there with them, they start opening up to me.